Hey everyone, welcome back to today. We're going to make our penguin move smoothly step by step based on a dice roll. Let's jump right in. When a player rolls the dice, we want the penguin to move the exact number of spaces rolled. To achieve this, we use the When I Receive Dice Roll block. This acts like a messenger that tells our penguin, hey, it's time to move. First, grab a repeat dice value block and place it in your script. This makes sure the penguin moves exactly the number of steps shown on the dice. No more, no less. Next, let's create a variable called blue current number. This will track where our penguin is on the board. Helps the penguin move step by step instead of skipping ahead. Inside the loop, add a change blue current number by 1 block. This updates the penguin's position with every step. Y moves the penguin 1 step at a time. Keeps track of where the penguin should go next. Now, let's make the movement look more natural. Add a glide 1 second to X, Y block. For X, insert an item of X block. And for Y, insert an item of Y block. Inside these, use the blue current number variable. We have two list X and Y. For example, item 1 of X is equal to negative 211, and item 1 of Y equal to negative 161. As we know, blue current number equal to current block number. If penguin is in block number 1, which means blue current number is equal to 1. So item blue current number of X means item 1 of X, which is negative 211, and item blue current number of Y means item 1 of Y, which is negative 161. So if we add this glide block, it will glide to the position negative 211, negative 161. Finally, let's add a wait, 0.2. Seconds block inside the loop. This small delay makes the movement more visible and easier to follow. How do we determine the winner? Simple. The first player to reach space 100 wins. To check this, we need an if block inside the movement loop. Drag an operator block and set the condition to blue current number equals 100. If this condition is met, that means our penguin has reached the final space and we can celebrate their victory. To indicate the win, attach a switch backdrop to win block. This will change the background and make the victory moment exciting. We need to announce the win, so add a broadcast blue win block, which will notify the game that player 1 has won. Snakes and ladders are what make this game interesting. Ladders take us up, while snakes pull us down. To implement this, we need to check if the penguin lands on a specific block that has a ladder or a snake. We will use multiple if condition blocks for this. For ladders, let's say the player lands on block 18. We are placed the ladder on block 18. We check if blue current number equals 18, and if it is, we change it to 40 to make the penguin climb up. To animate this movement, we use the add a glide 1 second to X, Y block. For X, insert an item of X block, and for Y, insert an item of Y block. Inside these, use the blue current number variable. Use the be same if block for all the ladder that we have. Please change the current number and change number accordingly. For snakes, the process is similar. If the player lands on 82, we check if blue current number equals 82. If true, we change it to 42 to make the penguin slide down. Again, we use glide 1 second to X, Y to animate this. What's better than 1 player? 2 players. Let's add another penguin to our game so that 2 players can compete against each other. The easiest way to do this is by duplicating the movement script for the black penguin. But here's an important step. We need to create a new variable called current black block. This will track the position of the second penguin separately. Now, go through the duplicated script and replace all instances of blue current number with current black block. This ensures that the black penguin moves independently and follows the dice roll assigned to it. In a two-player game, we need a system to ensure each player gets their turn. To do this, create two new variables, blue turn and black turn. When a player rolls the dice, we check whose turn it is before executing movement. For the blue penguin, we start by checking if blue turn equals 1. If this condition is true, we allow the blue penguin to move and apply the snake and ladder conditions. Once the blue penguin has moved, we switch turns by setting black turn equals 1 and blue turn equals 0. For the black penguin, we do the same process, but instead of checking blue turn, we check if black turn equals 1. Once the black penguin has moved, we switch turns again by setting black turn equals 0 and blue turn equals 1. When the game starts, we need to set everything to its correct initial state. Set the background to the snakes and ladders board. Set blue current value to 1 and place the blue penguin at X, -121, Y, -161. Set black turn to 0 and blue turn to 1, ensuring the blue penguin always starts first. Now, whenever the dice is rolled, only the correct penguin will move, ensuring a fair and balanced game. Let's test it out! Fantastic work today! We've successfully added movement, a two-player mode, and a winning system. Our Snakes and Ladders game is now more fun and exciting. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest content. Happy coding, Dice and Duck!